Happy New Year, Lexies! Welcome back to
Happy
the
New
Luxury Live
Year!
Show. Of course, right beside me, my co-host Kat L. If you're new to the show, well, this is wow. We've been doing it for a while, huh? Is it a year?
Coming up
Is
to
it a
two
year and a half,
years.
or is it 2 years? Can't remember.
I think by June it will be 2 years.
Okay. So officially, at least a year and a half, we've been doing this. Every single weekend, we host this live stream on either her channel or my channel. We kind of like, vice versa. Every week we switch it up and we come up with a topic. It's usually luxury related. And then we open the floor and we answer questions. So thank you so much. Hope you guys had a great holiday. So today's topic is, 2022, we'll start fresh. We're going to talk about our it's sort of like a resolution, like maybe like new goals for what we want to achieve this new year. So we'll talk a little bit about a few of our mindsets. We'll elaborate on them. We have a few slides to show, and yeah, we'll go from there. So let me share my screen.
Yeah. And this is the second year we're doing this luxury mindset. I think after 2020, when we started 2021, I think 2020 was quite traumatic for a lot of us. And luxury, from a luxury perspective, and everybody's like, either you spend a lot or you didn't. Then we did a luxury mindset. So I think this is going to be a theme, right? We're going to do this every year, kind of like set the stage for the year. Fingers crossed, we'll revisit it later in the year.
Yes, I think it's a good way for us to sort of just check in, and yeah, exactly, like update, like do an update maybe mid-year through, or maybe a little past mid-year, and just see how we're doing. Of course, I don't think I'll be perfect, because I want to achieve certain things. It's like resolutions. Do everyone really follow through with their resolutions? I wonder. But you do your best, right? So this is just, what we're thinking about this year. So yes, Luxury Mindset 2022. As per usual, if you're new to the show and you don't know, if you have any questions for us, we will open the floor eventually. So we'll go through our slides, and then when we open the floor to questions, if you want us to answer them, it's so much easier for us to see your questions if you type a bunch of question marks in front. It's just because we're on a different platform. For you, it's still YouTube, but for us, we're on a different platform behind the scenes. So just physically type question mark, question mark, and then your actual question. Or if you have a comment, you can do that too. And right before we get started, I just wanted to say we usually update our calendar I think at the end of every month, we update our calendar for the next 2 months, but at least we try. So this is just a snapshot of what we're planning for this month. So today we're back on the show. Next week, so actually I wanted to explain that just very quickly. So we do our show every single Friday for Pacific time, so North America Pacific time. So this is from the perspective of the folks in Asia, Singapore. So it's every weekend basically, and we do it for the public so everyone can watch. But we have reserved one show per month to be for our members. So if you don't know, we actually have our membership too. So when you join our membership, you get to watch that. So that's why next week is a members live. And then of course we have the extra content for members only, which we do on a Saturday or Sunday if you're in Asia. So anyway, that's just the calendar. And for our members, if you want to share your wish list, your collection, whatever, just email us. This is how you can contact us. Okay, I'm gonna give the floor to Kat. Let Kat share her first resolution or mindset goal.
So I think both of us, we put about 3 each. And I guess all mine could be consolidated into one, but I split it into 3 to make it, I guess I'm kind of like pacing my mindset. So the first is contentment. And I like this phrase that I saw. I swear I don't know where I've seen this like quote. I've seen it in various forms, but I find it to be quite meaningful for me. Especially, I'm the kind of person that always, I have something, but I'm always focusing on the next item, or the next thing to look at. You could see it as a good and bad, right? You could see it as good because I'm always trying to achieve for the next thing. But at the same time, the downside of that is I actually don't focus on what I already have today. So, we focus so much on what I don't have. I actually don't see that I have an amazing collection. I say that I do, but I actually don't use it enough to say, actually, it's an amazing collection. So one of the things that I've been trying to do since 2021 and this year as well is to be content with what I have today. It doesn't mean that I don't want new things, but it just is, before I jump into the next thing, I want to be really happy and content with my existing collection. So that's my first mindset.
How do you think you're gonna because I'm sure I know what you mean, because I don't think that is I honestly don't think that it's because you don't appreciate what you have, or that you're focused on what you don't have necessarily. I think it's just easy to get distracted because the new thing is always more exciting. So how do you think you can snap out of it when you get into that zone again?
Snap out of this, seeing the next hot thing, wishing for the next thing. And that's how let's move to the next slide. I think this is one of the things that I want to continue. I want to be content is actually, I feel, not to constantly wish for the next thing. It's something that I tried in 2021 and it kind of worked. I still brought in things. So it's not, if I really want something, I'll buy it. I'm not gonna, deprive myself. And I've already said, I think both of us, we're not minimalist. We love luxury, whether it's handbags, jewelry, shoes, clothes, whatever it is, we love it. So if there is a space and a purpose in my collection, I will buy it. I will bring it in. I'm not gonna say no to it. But being content means I don't want to keep wishing for the next thing. I don't want to be distracted by new things. Granted, I'm not perfect, so I will get distracted, but I at least want to have that mindset in my head that say, hey, snap out of it. Why are you wishing for that? Is there a gap in your collection, or is there something that you want to actually take out of your collection that bring it back? So distractions, sometimes you get caught up in the moment, and it's that excitement, is the whole okay, don't listen to the logical side and just keep with that spur of the moment feeling. So one of the things that I want to try and do again is not to have a wish list. Though next week our our membership, our members live, we're talking about our revamp wish list. I think the word wish list is to me, the way I look at it is, it's a list. Like I always think of it, I read it for what it is, wish list. For me, I want to have sort of like a buy list, like not even a list, a buy. So for me, I will still use the word because everyone is still familiar with it. But for my own personal goals, it's not a wish list. It's something that I'm going to buy this year. It's kind of like guaranteed, and it's quite small. So yeah, sort of that kind of being content with what I have. Don't keep wishing. Don't keep making this never-ending list that grows and grows and grows because I'm distracted.
I think you made a really good point, and I want to pinpoint that, to make the distinction between wish list and buy list. It's a huge difference if you look at it from a point of view of, wish list, you may or may not attain it, whereas buy list, you are planning to buy it, so you're actually budgeting for it or whatnot, right, in your head and whatever. So it makes a big difference, and I think that's something that I will talk about too. I kind of didn't really put it into like your words, but it's something that I thought about. So interesting.
Okay. Now, and leading from that, why am I putting my two mindsets together? I'm kind of working backwards because this is actually this would be my first goal. And I'm kind of justifying it backwards because if I say this first, I cannot talk about being content, right? Now, I actually set myself a little financial goal last year, and something new. I didn't do it for years, and I said, okay, let's do it lah. We're getting old. So it's a pretty big one. And I told myself that if I am constantly wishing for more things, I am constantly not content with my collection, I will have a lot of impulse purchases, which I have been doing over the years, right? And it pulls me further and further away from this, goal, right? That I want to do. So what I've done for myself is a little hard to explain, because impulses is, how do you define impulse? For me, I'm going to define it as I am this close to buying it. That means I am about to bring my cash to the store. I'm like, take my money. That is to me an impulse. If I'm looking at things and I'm talking on it on YouTube, that's not really impulse. That's sort of like chatting, sort of like, being distracted. But I know myself where I'm going to be impulsive, where I see something, I'm like, oh my gosh. Suddenly, I don't even think of my existing collection. I literally dig money out. I'm like, okay, let's do it. YOLO, YOLO. And and those to me are really close. It's like 90% close to buying it. And if I have this kind of near impulse purchases, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig that money out and I'm going to put it into my goal. I kind of like, in a way, spent it. It's a challenge for me this year. I will be poorer at one side of my pocket, richer on the other side. You know what I mean? And I tried it. Actually, I almost had an impulse purchase in December. Nobody knew. I was this close. Okay, I actually contacted the essay. I actually ordered it. I was like, I'm going to do it. YOLO, I don't care. It's the last piece. And I was almost going to pay for it. And I said, oh, no. I dug it out of my bank. I chucked it into my goal. And I was like, okay, I actually mentally felt poorer. I was like, okay, that's it. So it's a kind of mindset that I want to set for myself, to be less and eventually less and less impulsive, and to take a step back on, why am I doing it? Am I not content with my existing collection again? So yeah, this is like a little extra thing that I'm doing on the side. Though on my channel, you will still see me talk about bags and things. I mean, that's content, because that's what I love. But in the background, I could be going crazy on things that you don't understand.
Well, this is gonna be super challenging because I applaud you. By the way, my goals are not this grand. Okay, they're like little goals in a way. So how do you so your when you fund your goal, is that a place where you cannot withdraw the money? How do you
Yeah, I can't.
how do you stop yourself from like, easily taking it back
Okay.
out? You won't be
So this
poor anymore.
Yeah, so this goal that I've set is I actually can't take out the money. So it's
Okay.
not even paying cat, paying this cat that sits at the side like, oh, you want a loan from me again? No. This is like something that I have set up where I really can't take the money out. It's literally
Mm.
paying it away. And it's painful. So because of that, I can not have too many impulses.
Mm.
So again, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to buy things, right? Coming back to the second one, if there is space, if there's purpose, and I really, really want it, and it feels right, then I will get it, right? I'm not gonna fund my goal for that, right? But I think impulse purchases, sometimes it's because it's too short of a time that I'm thinking of it, and maybe at the back of my head there is a little bit of doubt, but I'm kind of stamping the doubt out because it's the spur of the moment. So those times I should actually save my money. But I know myself, right? I'm not that good at saving my money. I'll always take a loan from Cat. So I've set up this little untouchable fund that actually is painful to put money in it lah. So,
Can you tell us which item it was?
Okay. So in that picture, it is actually it looks a little bit like the Kusad bag, that little one there. It looks a little bit like it, but
Okay,
it's not. It is actually the Burberry micro bag. So a friend of mine has it, and I actually really, really like it. And I was really close to buying it. It was out of stock, and I was like, oh, I really want it, I really want it. And I really stopped myself. It's not a lot of money, but yeah, I stopped myself because I don't need
I'm
another
glad you
micro
did.
bag.
Yeah, exactly. You already have. Well, it's okay to buy it, but like you said, it's not a lot of money now, but once you have funded your goal multiple times, it's a lot of money then.
It's a lot of money. Right, right.
Yeah.
I mean, when I'm
Yeah.
done with my goal, I will share it with everyone. But right now, I'm so embarrassed. It's like the goal is like this big. And I'm like,
You always have to start somewhere. It's great that you have this goal. I think it's
this.
commendable. It's like,
Oh,
I mean,
thank
I
you.
should probably think about something like this. Wow, thank you, Kat. By the way, guys, if you have, I mean, you should have, share with us in the comment section one of your resolution for, how would you rate your first most important luxury mindset goal this year? Let us know. Okay, my turn. Like I said, it's not as I feel like it's not as big of a goal, but for sure one thing I want to continue doing, because if you've watched our episode last year, I said I don't want to spend on fast fashion anymore. And I was reflecting back and I was thinking, did I buy any fast fashion? I mean, I probably did, but it's for mostly for my nephews and nieces. I didn't actually buy any from myself. And when it comes to baby clothes, I almost think that it's okay, because not only do they grow out of them so fast, but baby clothes from H&M, from Zara, they're actually really well made. They're probably better made than the crappy adult clothes. So I was really proud of that, and I want to continue that journey of quality over the quantity. I feel like this year I want to, of course, I'm going to love bags still and all my accessories, costume jewelry, all those things. But I really want to focus on building I don't know, adding pieces to my wardrobe that are really quality, ready to wear pieces that are timeless and wearable. Like those are key factors in how I choose my pieces. It may not be a lot. Honestly, you might see me unbox like once, because like ready to wear is very expensive. But when I find that timeless piece, whether it's a cardigan, a vest, it could be another denim piece, um, another coat or jacket, it has to be so timeless, and it can meld uh, mix with my current wardrobe so well. And also, the other thing I'm kind of adding it together with this goal is that I want to add more colors, but especially brighter colors. And I'm not saying that I will start buying like yellow, orange, green, not like that. I just want to buy more, just brighter, like, more creams, more whites, more pink, maybe, because that already will work very well with my wardrobe. What I've noticed over the winter, especially when I wear my big black coat, which is oversized on top of that, and then if I wear a black hat, it's like my whole body, black boots, it's like all black. And of course, there's a space and time for a whole full black look. It looks great and it's sleek and everything, but I just feel bored. So I want to add
Mm.
more bright color clothing and quality over quantity. And we'll see how I do, because um well, sneak a bit of a early news. So next week's video, my first video of the year, will be some luxury ready to wear reveal. So that's exciting. We'll see after that how well I do, I think.
I think you did really well for this because I remember maybe before last year, you were a real Zara fan. Like,
I
I mean, you,
was, and I
yeah,
still
but
am.
Zara does make good clothes, but you gotta really pick. And I like Zara. I mean, I like the ones that are, I guess, more for casual. But s- I think over the years for me, I found that they just churn out so much up to a point where it just is too much. And for us as consumers, we tend to just buy it because it's cheap and it's just for that style. But do they last? So for last year, I don't think you did any. Maybe one, a couple.
I don't think I bought any.
Wow,
I
that's
honestly don't think I bought. I mean stuff that I keep wearing right now. Oh, is there an echo? Stuff that I keep wearing right now that I bought last year that is, it's not fast fashion, but it's more affordable, are my frame denim. Like I keep wearing those frame denim pants to death. But that's not fast fashion. I don't consider that fast fashion. I honestly cannot think of, unless you guys correct me. I honestly think that my last Zara haul with all those jackets and everything was the year prior. I honestly think so. You know, with the purple lavender jacket, like that was 2020, I think.
I think it's not necessarily like it has to be an expensive piece to define the quality, right? It's more of, does that piece, is the piece made well? It will
Yes.
last. So like Uniqlo, yes, there's fast fashion, but if you pick right, they've got great stuff. I mean, they've got good quality like t-shirts that you can use for many years over. So I think this is a really good goal, like, because you don't want a lot of things, like lots of things is clutter anyway, and you don't get enough time to wear everything. But if you get good, solid pieces, they will last you a lifetime.
Yeah, I really want to continue that trend. I think even for me personally, I feel like I can go crazy with Uniqlo t-shirts when it comes to the collaborations. Otherwise, I don't really buy them because their shape
True.
are very basic, like it's very straight. So it's not the most flattering. So for me, I feel like even with collaborations, I want to just be like, okay, hold on. You don't need we'll see. I don't know. With Doraemon, it's a little harder because I know that you're a big fan of Doraemon too. Like I think I bought all of the Doraemon ones that I could get my hands
Oh,
on. But like, did I really need that? Right? Like they're cute though. So that is maybe the one exception.
same.
But I just don't know if I should keep doing that. And I can give an example of how I resisted buying that Zara piece because I am not joking. Ever since I tried on that Celine jacket with Clara,
Oh,
uh, I'm still thinking about it. I am still, and I actually want the white one now. Um, I'm not gonna say no to that jacket because that's still very good quality, ready to wear. It's not a Chanel, but it's a really nice jacket. It will last for a long time. Um, but I was thinking, oh, since I did not buy it and maybe I should check out Zara. I've been looking. Wow, Zara made some really almost identical. It's like so close. There's a few of them. But I can't. I every time I add to cart, I just never checked out. And I'm glad that I didn't because I think there was one time I was at the store and I just looked at one of the jackets that was very similar, and the quality is just, oh my gosh, it's like garbage. I'm just so glad I didn't buy it because it's still like what, $130 maybe plus tax. So it's still $150 that is very poor quality, even when it goes on sale. So that's why this year it's even more important that I continue this trend. But that last year I said I'm not gonna buy fast fashion. This year is about building that ready to wear collection. It can be very small and it's fine,
Mhm,
but those
mhm.
wearable pieces
Awesome.
and
I
timeless
love this
pieces.
goal. This is a good one. Actually, quality over quantity. For you, I guess it's clothes. Even for me, it's not so much clothes, but bags. Like I want quantity, but
True. I think we all do.
yeah, but in my sense, quality means quality in my collection, right? So it's a little bit like before. Just don't keep buying bags. Like, oh my god.
I totally agree. I think um, for those who saw my current collection video, I'm under 20 right now, which I'm so happy about. And it was a very, you know what, both Kat and I will say the same thing. Like it would be it is actually, it was very, very challenging and difficult and very heartbreaking to be parting with all the pieces that we
Oh,
had during our vlog sales. It's just impossible. during that time, it's just like to decide which piece to let go, and to actually go through that process. It's extremely, extremely heartbreaking.
It is. It
But
is.
once you've cleared all of that and you look at your current collection as a new whole collection, you can be really proud of yourself for downsizing. And I'm not saying that this has to be your goal. And I'm not saying that downsizing is the right thing to do, but it is the thing that I wanted to do. And I feel good about it. So
Yeah, it was
actually,
hard.
this brings me to my next to my next goal, is to really, really continue. Like this is sort of like once you have the ball rolling, to keep that momentum. Because I managed to curate my collection to what it is now, and I'm not saying that I won't ever buy any more bags, but I want to keep it manageable. And I always said that, yeah, the magic number is around 20 handbags in a collection. It doesn't have to be. It honestly doesn't have to be like 20. It doesn't have to be. I just want to make my collection feel, whatever that number is, it feels like I'm rotating them. It feels like I'm actually using my bags. That is what I mean by manageable. So I used this photo of Kylie Jenner's closet. I think it was from 3 years ago. I'm sure this is
Probably
just like
grown.
a section of her closet. It just, oh my God, even this picture gives me headaches. So for this year, I just want to keep keep tabs on myself, on how I I don't know, grow or add pieces to my collection. Because like I said, the number doesn't matter. But if I did end up adding more stuff this year, because last year I kind of went a bit crazy with the micro bag trend, and I'm the first to admit that, it became too excessive. So I downsized, and I'm keeping exactly what I use and want to keep. And I'm not saying that I won't maybe do a little bit of that mistake again this year. I don't know. I don't even want to call it mistake, just obsession, like temporary insanity. But if I do end up adding, things, I will have to sort of maybe implement a one in, one out, or maybe just do the same thing as I did last year. Like after a while of going crazy, because things can happen, then you curate it. You do a closet clean out. So, not saying no to buying, but I guess this really, this is going to be hard because, I think what Kat said earlier is, do I have that need for that piece in my collection? Do I have
Mm.
space for that piece in my collection? That's how I'm going to go about it, and keeping it manageable that way.
Yeah, this
Does that
is a
make
good
sense?
one. But yeah, it makes sense. I think for this, the number is just this, you just throw it out there. It's an easy number to just work towards. But I saw this one Instagram post, and I think I saw this she had like 10 bags, and her goal was to have less than 10 bags. It's and I I mean, I'm just saying, for me, it looks too little. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
10 is like so little. I felt like I mean, they were all solid pieces, but I think for a luxury handbag lover, 10 is really too little. So what is manageable, right? So you're saying keep it manageable, you're at that 20 mark. And for a person that loves luxury bags, I think it's a good number to work around, right? But we're not crazy luxury lovers where we're hitting like 40, 50, or Kylie Jenner kind of size, something that's manageable. And it's going to be really tough to manage a one in, one out. Because if your collection is pretty, for you, core already, every piece that comes in is well thought of. And for it to be exiting your collection, it's hard, which is, I think, why when we did our closet clear out, it actually was really hard. Like for me, I think you sold most of your things. Did you sell everything?
No, not everything, but most, like I want to say 95% all sold.
Not
I think
bad.
I only have one bag unsold and a couple of accessories. But
I
those are
still
like the
have like
harder to sell things anyway.
yeah, I still have three, I think three bags, which is my jumbo, my jumbo, I can't remember. My jumbo, and I
LV
think my
bags, I think you have.
round clutch. I think these two.
Oh, right.
And yeah, and I refuse to budge because it's kind of like I had many inquiries on it, like discounted and all that, but I refuse to budge because it's a kind of feeling like no, because it's so core in my collection. And yeah, so I guess that would be a challenge for both of us, if we're trying to create space or have space in our luxury collection to keep it manageable, because each piece that's going out and coming back in is like, gotta really think about it.
Well, I know what you mean, and that's why I said that it's not necessarily like once I buy one, I have to sell one. It's not exactly in this order necessarily. It might be more something that you review towards the end of the year and
Mm-hmm.
see maybe that new piece that you added had replaced another one that you originally owned that was already part of your core collection, but you actually reach for it less now.
Yeah.
Maybe something like your sort of like how you um I don't know, like the reason why you're not using your jumbo is because you have your I don't
Other
know, another
bags.
one that you prefer using, right? So
True.
it's sort of along the lines of that, right? It's not
Mhm.
necessarily, oh, once I buy something, I have to sell something. Like not immediately. That's too stressful. Actually, I don't want that. I still
That's
want to
true.
keep it manageable, but not stressful like that.
So I
I do
get what you
believe
mean.
in the fact that even though my collection is pretty much like the core and every style I really enjoy, I'm sure I don't know, because there are still, I mean, there are a lot of bags out there. There's still bags that I have never tried, and who knows, maybe that will replace one that I used to think was supposed to be part of the core collection but isn't anymore. So and that number is not fixed, right? That 20 is not fixed. It can be 29. It can be 30 for that matter. It doesn't matter, right? It's just, I just feel like for a collection to be manageable, not only, you know, not only do I have to have enough space to store them, so that's one, but also that I feel like I'm using all of them. The moment I
Mm.
feel like a bag is neglected, then I feel the anxiety. I'm like, oh, I feel guilty, da 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 da. So then it becomes less manageable, or it just feels less manageable, right? Because I'm not using that thing. It's like
Mm.
if you have an employee that you can't control. I don't know. Um,
Good one. Good one. This is going to be interesting. I think it's going to be interesting, right? Because I always have this mindset of trying to manage my collection, but it's so hard to let go. And no, it's so hard to let go because the existing collection that's it. That's it.
yeah, I
Oh,
think
but
it's the
good one.
guilt factor. I think at the end of the day, as long as I feel like it's curated, it's
Mhm.
managed, whatever you call it, whatever word you use, that's good. Doesn't matter the number. Like you said, that lady that you saw on Instagram, 10 is too much. Well, 10 is too much for her. But, for me, it can still grow. I'm not saying that I don't have space to grow, but I liked it when I kind of went down a bit, and that I feel like every single piece, there is a place in my collection. Every single piece is meant to be part of that collection. And there is space for new ones because I do have a wish list. Actually, I'm going to go to the next point. I do have a buy list. Like, I want to say, instead of using the word wish, even though I'm still going to use wish list as, my thumbnail, whatever, but it's really more of a buy list because
Mm.
interestingly, because of our next week's topic, I kind of jotted down the items that I'm planning to buy this year. And it really gave me the big picture right off the bat, because not only did I jot down the number, the actual items I want, but I put a price beside it because I know approximately how much they cost, whether they go up with
Mm.
price or not. There's an approximate price for each of these items. So I know how much I'm going to end up spending this year if I just bought this buy list. Of course, anything can happen. There's going to be new releases, Chanel Spring Summer is coming out. Oh my God. Like there's going to be a ton of extras probably, but at least this the core buy list is there. And seeing that, I was like, okay, I can deal with that. Like this number, I already planned it in my head, budgeted for it. So my next goal really is to take it easy with the you know, from the point of view of Hermes especially, take it easy with the pre-spending, however you want to call it, process. Because not that I was too obsessed last year, and it's still in progress, but I was a little obsessed. Like I think we all can understand, right? Like when you're always anticipating, okay, every month drop by, see your essay, buy things to keep that ball rolling, like to keep that you know, you're hoping for a bag, right? So you have to play the game. So it's a little tiring, and it's actually quite stressful. So by what I mean by taking it easy is that this year I already wrote down what I really want to buy. Anything extra is fine, but like at least this core group of things I want to buy. And I'm gonna be okay spending that money. And it doesn't have to be,
Mm.
you know, it doesn't have to be like a fixed quota number. Like, you know how we talk about, oh, 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1.
Mm.
It doesn't have to be so calculative. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not gonna calculate and go crazy, spend all my money. No. But at the same time, I don't want to feel so stressed thinking about, oh my gosh, I didn't spend enough. Oh my gosh, I spent too much. Now I'm like wasting my money for this quarter bag, this next quarter bag I want. Like I don't want it to feel that way. I just want it to feel as natural as possible. If it's something that I want to buy because I'm going to enjoy it anyway, because I'm going to need it or use it anyway, then so be it. Right? Like whether I end up buying too many things over the year while waiting for a quota bag and spending more than the normal quota, like it is what it is. But we'll see how that goes, because like I said, I could end up buying nothing or I could end up buying too many things. Depends on what the stock is, right? With COVID, it's hard to tell. I think we've all experienced how much shortage there is, depending on where you are too. You know, we'll just have to kind of play it by ear a little bit. That's what I mean by taking it easy, and just as long as I need the item and I want it, I'll spend the money. It's okay. Yeah.
Okay, so for this relax, take it easy. I think there's a song that goes a little bit like that. Is it only
There is actually, when I looked it up, all these thumbnails of this song. I'm like, oh, there's a song. So I had to like find the Snoopy one, which is more generic, because otherwise it'll be like that song thumbnail. It's true.
Yeah, I think so. So is this specifically for Hermes, or are you like, is this like sort of like only, is it, yeah, only for Hermes, or are you for all the brands
Good
that you love?
question. It is mainly for Hermes, because I feel like with my current core collection, I have a lot of Chanel already, and I'm really happy about it. So bag wise, I have a lot of Chanel. I am still maybe building a little bit more on the accessories that can go with ready to wear. And I mean, I wish I can buy all the ready to wear at Chanel. So I'm not gonna go crazy. I did write down one ready to wear Chanel buy list. So at least I like in my mind, I already budgeted for it. So one, okay, we'll see. But it's mostly for Hermes. I feel like Hermes is actually it's such an unpredictable journey, because again, I don't know where you're located, but if you're located where Cat is, or maybe if you're located in Hong Kong, it's quite common that you can get 2 quota bags per year as long as you do your pre-spending. But in Canada, it's very well known that the fastest you'll ever get a quota bag is once a year. So in essence, you're doubling the wait time. In essence, that could also means that you're doubling your pre-spend, because the longer you wait, the more you can end up spending. but that's the thing. I don't want to think about it too much. Like, I already know that I have to wait that long. So why not just go as natural as you can, and just, if you have something that you want to buy because it's already in my buy list, then I'll buy it. It doesn't matter if it's gonna end up going over my quota or under, whatever that is. Like, it just feels natural if you want to buy that thing because you're gonna use it anyway. If that makes sense.
It makes sense.
And maybe
yeah.
that is a good thing,
Definitely.
because also it can make me frequent the store less. Because let's face it, if you have to wait double the time, why would you want to go every month then? You don't need to, right?
Yeah.
And if you have to, then go ahead. If there's something that you have to buy, then go. But I'm just telling myself that sometimes I'm like digging, I don't know, digging the website, everything, like asking friends what to buy. Like, sometimes that's how I feel. And I feel like certain things were sort of just like you're forcing yourself to go just to buy something. And I feel silly about that. Like, I think I mentioned that once. I feel silly when I go and just buy a t-shirt. It just feels silly. Unless, they only have that one t-shirt and it's going to only be available for a short time, which is fine. But to force yourself to just go buy something and you don't even know what, and you just end up buying a t-shirt, that's a bit silly. You know what I mean? It's sort of along the lines of that. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, with COVID still kind of developing, it's just hard to tell, right? With these things, with stock, with all the deliveries that are delayed and closures. So I feel like taking it easy and really just taking it natural is the way to go.
This is a really good goal. I need to add this to my fourth mindset. No, I have
And I
to
need
say
to add
I am
your
taking it.
third one to mine. I have to think about a financial goal that I want to achieve.
I have to take it easy.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
it can be, you can get caught up in the moment. Like sometimes when I go to Hermes, I'm like, oh, I need to find something to buy.
Yeah.
I haven't been there for a while. I haven't renewed my membership. But yeah, actually, you need to take it easy because I saw a comment from Joe. 2 a year is actually very expensive.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
It's actually 4 if you think of it, right? It's the item itself plus all the pre-spend. It's actually a lot of money. So yeah, sometimes you gotta kind of remind yourself, chill, okay? It's just a bag.
Well, I'll say this too. Like, if I am able to do 2 a year here, I will do it. But I'll follow this rule. I'll have that buy list of things I want to buy anyway. Because if I'm gonna spend that money anyway, might as spend it on exactly what I wanted to buy. And that feels more planned, but it's not gonna give you a shock surprise at the end. Because I think the issue with just popping every so often, which is for me every month, and almost like browsing to see what I can buy, adds up faster. In the end, like, you end up adding up quickly, but yet your bag is not there yet because
Yeah.
the weight is not there yet. You're not there yet. So like you're like, now I have this gap of time. And if I am not appearing periodically like I normally do, maybe the store will forget me. Like, like you know what I mean? Whereas if you just start going more just sporadically, but they're kind of more planned visits because either the item is available all of a sudden, or you just feel like you need it now, you can go and buy it, then that feels more natural. It's almost like buying groceries. Like, you don't buy groceries when you don't need all that food because you're going on vacation, right? You buy because you need it. So I know it's comparing apples and oranges, very different, but we'll try that. We'll see how it goes.
All right, we'll see how this mindset thing goes.
Yes. Let's open the floor. Let's take your questions. Again, question marks in front of your question so that we can see it if you want us to pull it out. Hope you guys enjoy this little chit chat of ours. Okay.
Saw some questions.
Wow. So great to see everyone. I'm seeing all the, like, I missed you guys, actually. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm so bored the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, actually, it did fly by though. I was
It
like,
did,
oh
it
my
did,
gosh,
it did.
I have a Saturday morning that I'm not sure what to do with myself. I'm like, ooh, kind of free.
Well, I took the advantage of that break to get my booster.
Oh,
I
you got
got my
it.
booster shot, so I was actually really tired last week, which is the reason why I didn't film and didn't upload a video. But at least I told myself, you know what, this break was planned anyway, so I might as well take advantage of it and rest.
Oh,
Okay, Anna, is it okay to send my members collection in a Google slideshow format? Yes, of
of
course. If you want to
course.
do the work for us, even better.
Thank you.
Please, yes, Anna. We actually
Awesome.
have a member. What's her name again? I forget her name, but I mean, I know her name, but it's just like I forget. I don't want to. And plus, is it good to mention names? It's okay, right? Yeah, one of the members that always sends us slides. It's her own slides, and they're very professional. So yeah, please do.
Awesome. I took a break like this whole week. I did a little bit on my vlog because the whole December I was vlogging it. I was trying to catch up. And then after it finished, I was like, okay, I need a break. So I took a week off. I didn't film, but I did film yesterday. And I'm going to talk about some handbags. I'm going to edit it and I'm going to push it out. But yeah, I got some handbags to share. Even though earlier I said I'm trying not to be distracted, but I am kind of distracted.
No, you're actually really good. You had a lot of vlogs, you had a lot of chit chat videos. You kept us entertaining while like me, I was being lazy.
And
But I was
I didn't
sort
buy
of
any
busy during
luxury.
the, huh?
Not even a single unboxing in December. Well,
You
did I do
or
any
others?
unboxings? Me. I didn't.
No, I don't think
Usually,
you did.
yeah, usually December because it's Christmas. A lot of it's very pop. It's really common to do a luxury Christmas, luxury unboxing. But all my unboxing were like chocolates.
No,
I was
that's
like, yeah,
awesome.
that's all I got. Woo! Kind of
Actually,
ended.
I supposedly have a December unboxing, which I just filmed earlier because, like I said, I didn't film anything for the first week of January. So that will be my what I got for Christmas
Awesome. Can't wait to
reveals.
see it.
Joe, I think I'm too fickle to have a wish list. I will keep to just a budget, just January and completely revamped already. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I think it's the distinction between wish list and buy list is quite it's a subtle difference, but it feels very different in mindset if you in terms of mindset because I feel like all the wish list videos what we did in like the past years, we had a million items in there. And like some of those things were like saying how, oh, if I don't get it this year, it's fine, blah blah. But that feels disappointing at the end of the year. I feel like if you
Mm-hmm.
have a buy list, you're already planning to buy it, then you're planning to buy it. But if you don't get it, it's not that disappointing either because maybe they just didn't have a stock, but you're already ready to buy it. So I feel like that is very powerful.
Yeah,
And if you couldn't buy it, then just put it in your piggy bank, your save goal for the love of
I think
bags.
for me, when I look at the word wish, right, it's sort of like, you're just I'm wishing for something more. But I realized that wish lists seem quite, I feel like when we talk about wish, especially on YouTube, it's not well thought out of. It's sort of like, oh, I like this, I wish this, I wish that. And some people would say it's like a vision board where you're visioning all these things. But then when I take a step back from that, I said, why are we having a vision board for luxury items? It's great, an idea, but I think a vision board is more like your goal setting, my vision of my life. But why for luxury, right? So when it comes to luxury, I think it's because it's such a high price point. I actually thought that maybe I don't really want to keep wishing and putting things on this wish board or vision board of, oh, I want to have this, I want to achieve this. I think when you want to achieve things, it's about achieving goals, right? Better myself, not better my luxury collection. So I decided to make it more solid and say that let's buy it. If it's something that I've wanted for long enough, has a space. So kind of like changing the word, instead of buy wish list, sort of like a buy. Okay. And stick to it. Stick to the goal, right? Stick to that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It feels very empowering. For the love of bags, Kat, if I did your method, I would have put $6,000 in my piggy
What
bank
did you
today. What did
buy?
you get? 6,000?
What did you buy for the love of bags? Well, yeah.
You can share
Trying
with
not.
us tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, next weekend,
Yeah.
if you want. You can send us your slide too.
It's only the 8th of January.
Yeah, oh my gosh, so early in the month already. Only okay. Diana, my goal until I get my Birkin, I won't spend a cent at Hermes. You know, Diana, I had that goal too. At one point, I was like feeling, I was feeling so stressed, so stressed. I already feel like I'm well over my quota. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
how far do I go? So I kind of mentally did the same thing. Like I mentally just said to myself, okay, you know what? I'll just wait it out. I'll wait till my bag appears. But that darn Apple Watch appeared in October and I had to go pick it up because it was worldwide shortage. And if I didn't get it then, of course I could still get it now, but like, it would be months later. So that kind of threw the whole thing off, which is fine because like I said earlier, if it's something that I already planned on buying or that I already need and want, then it feels okay to buy it. Like this is fine, whatever. Whatever, like over quota, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just like something that you want it anyway. Then it feels natural.
Yeah, I really applaud you, Diana, because one of the things is the weight. Like, you kind of know that you've already roughly, like in my head, even for me, I kind of roughly think I'm pretty much there, but at the same time, maybe not enough in their perspective. Then I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna spend anymore. But then when the wait comes a bit too long, you're like, oh my gosh, have they forgotten about me?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, good goal to have. Not spend a single cent anymore.
Nadine, my resolution is not to buy things offered to me that are not on my wish list out of FOMO. Good one.
Good one.
And just to show her other comment, and I'm guessing you made that resolution because of this. I had an impulse purchase when my SA offered me a Constance 24. Same day, there's a leak in the roof, and the bill was 23K. Oof. I feel guilty, and I love purse, but yeah, emoji. Yeah. There's all these unexpected things that happens too, right? So I feel your pain, but I think your goal is really good to not just buy because you're offered. I think that is just being really true to yourself and just being natural. I think a lot of us we sometimes want to just please the essays. And what I mean by please is that it's not like they're forcing you to buy, but you just feel like, oh, if you buy it because they showed it to you, that you're going to stay in their good side. But I also know that I'm sure a lot of people decline. I decline all the time. And it's fine. We're going to live. They're going to live.
This is a good one. I've made this mistake many, many times over, and I still have to catch myself from making it, because you can get caught up in the moment. Because maybe they offer you, it doesn't have necessarily only be Hermes, right? Sometimes Chanel does it, LV does it. They're like, hey, take this. And if in that moment, you kind of switch off that little logical brain of yours. You're like, do you really want it? Because you think, oh, they offered it to me. I haven't bought anything from them for a long time. Da, da, da. You kind of like justify the fact that you may not want it, but you better buy it. So yeah, this is a good resolution.
Yeah. Looking forward to all of us doing what we think we're gonna do. And a great goal to focus on quality. I read a book titled Secondhand, and it opened my eyes to what happens to stuff we donate. People in third world
Mm.
countries are very aware of quality too. Oh, interesting. You know, it's the I'll have to check out that book. So the stuff that I got for Christmas that I'm gonna edit over this weekend, they're pre-loved. Pre-loved, ready to wear. But it's
Mm.
just as exciting, actually. It's really exciting. It's super exciting. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun editing the parts where I do the modeling shots. That's like my favorite part to edit because I get to see my clothes in action. Especially, I feel so bad that, and I know this is kind of sort of outside the topic, but I've even during the whole holiday period, I've just limited to going over to family's home to basically have a meal. Because this COVID development is getting out of hand again. So
Annoying.
ugh, sucks. So even just modeling in videos, in my own videos, I get excited because I get to at least wear them. Eileen, I do have a financial goal this year as I really spend too much over the past 2 years. I hope that would be a goal for me this year. Haha. Besides looks. Yes.
High five, Eileen. Same. I went all out these 2 years. And oh yeah, you see, I said, okay, kind of like better stop it.
Okay, MY, do y'all have any Chanel bags favorites that aren't so popular? Not the classic flap, not the 19, not the Coco handle or Gabrielle.
Oh.
Yeah. But you did name everything that I own. I actually really like the I do have one that you didn't name it, which is actually two. I have the micro bag, both Kat and I have,
Yep.
and also the bucket bag from Chanel is also very
Mm.
awesome. So those are for sure my favorites that I own. Are they popular though? I mean, they're all popular. Come on, they're all popular. All Chanel bags are popular, even when the seasonal ones. Some seasonal ones are more popular than the classics.
True, true. Don't have any actually. I used to have the Chanel camera bag,
Ah,
which
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I sold. Oh, that was a painful sell. But yeah, did it. But I don't have any. My Chanel collection is not that large. Hmm. But yeah, your bucket bag is actually really popular.
Is it? I guess it is popular, but it was only probably popular after a few of us revealed it
Mm,
and just realized how, you know, after that, I think after that bucket bag, we all sort of realized that, you know what, even though Chanel does make bucket bags all the time, this one is actually really good because, you know,
mm,
not only is it very hard wearing because it's caviar, but all the features that you ever want, like feet, caviar, top handle and chain, and it's just cute, and the price was right, so it just felt like everything you can ask for in a bucket bag. So yeah,
yeah.
I feel like it was just like a really good one. And compared to, even I think there was another one that was really popular before that, which is in goat skin.
Mm-hmm,
I think that
mm-hmm.
one was really popular for a while. I think that one, some people complain about the weight and the fact that the goat skin, does it stretch or something?
Yep.
It
I think
becomes a
it's the one
bit
that I
kind of.
had. Was it the one that I had? I,
Did you
I
have
think I
one?
had. I had one. I had a bucket bag for a
Oh,
while, but mine wasn't
okay.
goat. Mine was deer. Deer. I had it in deer
Oh, okay,
skin.
okay. Maybe it's that
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
And it's great, but you're right. If it's that, um, the deer skin sort of stretches over time.
Which is fine if you don't mind it. I think yours is heavier. Mine is
Yeah.
really light, actually. It's quite light. And I wear it out in the rain and it's fine too. Of course, I don't drench it, but you know what I mean. Like it's rainy here often, and I don't mind that it rains. Eileen, 10. I did not really count, but I think 10-ish, not more than 15, not counting contemporary. Yeah, that's very good.
Definitely not counting contemporary.
Yeah, we didn't count. We didn't count the other ones. Ooh, for the love of bags, I'm so tempted to add a Chanel black patent medium classic flat,
Wow.
but I keep telling myself to focus on LMS.
I like the
you know, the
I like
H train,
Peyton.
huh?
I like Peyton. It looks really sleek. But I see the dilemma.
Yes. So I had a patent leather bag for a while. It's not Chanel, it's the LV one. It looks great to look at. It's great. To use is okay too. I think to maintain and to store is where I'm like, it's fussy. You know, I want to be able to just like pluck it there in my cupboard, like in my closet there, and just leave it. And even if other things might touch it, I don't want to have to like think about it. Whereas I couldn't with that bag. I had to always put it back in its dust bag. And that dust bag, for some reason, that LV dust bag, even though it was a beautiful dust bag, it was a the inside was microfiber lined. It fit just exactly. So every time I put it in, it's like, oh, you have to fiddle around with it. It's just emotion. It's just a fussiness of having to like put it back to the same dust bag, which is so tight. And yeah, that just got on my nerve a little bit. So, for the classic flap, you'll have to do that for sure because you'll have to tuck the chains properly. And if I were you, I might even leave that felt material in between the flap and the bag, which I do for most of my lambskin bags anyway. But you'll really have to do that. Like if you forget about it, it might stick. Right?
I remember Peyton. Oh, well, Peyton in this weather is actually no good because it gets sticky over time.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? For the love of bags, what are you gonna do?
She's just gonna focus on her mess.
Yeah, you know what? Focusing on our mess is okay. And I feel like if that black patent medium bag appears one day in front of you, then decide then.
Yeah.
Don't stress about it too much right now. Decide once it's in front of you whether it feels right to get it at that time. All right. Goodness.
I saw a question. There's a question on my lipstick. Oh, okay, let me find it. From MY, if you see that one.
Okay.
Okay, somebody's asking what lipstick I'm wearing. I don't wear red very often, but this is the lipstick that I'm wearing. It's Velvet Cinnabar from Lisa Eldridge. It's like a red burnt rust color. It's a really nice color. So Lisa Eldridge, she's a makeup artist, a really big makeup artist based in the UK. She does a lot of makeup for celebrities, Kate Winslet. I can't remember who else. Quite a few. Dua Lipa, I think the singers and all. So she does a lot of it. And she came up with her own makeup line. So I've been buying a lot of her makeup. And this is her latest launch, Velvet Cinnabar. Yeah, it's a nice color. It's very flattering.
It's very nice. I still don't really know how to choose lipstick colors for myself. I feel like because I'm different from you. You love your makeup, so even when you buy all the colors, it's like your core collection. Whereas for me, when I buy anything makeup and even skincare related, I want to hit pan all the I want to use it up before I buy new ones. So it's very hard because currently what I'm enjoying is the same as lipstick not the one I'm wearing right now, but like the same Hermes lipstick that um, the subby from New Zealand that sent me. Hello, if you're watching. And I really enjoy that color. That was you have it too. It's the limited
Yeah.
edition one, the coral color. And it's just so flattering. And I just wonder, like, I don't know if I would have picked it up myself. Like, I don't know how to choose lipstick colors that flatter me, because that one is really great. Yeah,
I think it's this color, right? Oh no, something like this. No, not this one.
it's
There's
actually
another one.
different than this one. It's the green and white, green and beige and white.
Is this
Is it this? But it's not that dark green though. You have all of them.
I have all of them.
It's the aqua coral or coral aqua something.
Got it. This is the one.
Yeah, that one. I love it.
It's a nice color.
Yeah.
I think it's just fun. I think with makeup, it's a little bit like my YouTube email. It's just makeup. It's just makeup, and just play with the fun colors. And occasionally, I do hit goal like this. Like, oh, this is a good color. Yeah. So yeah, that's the one.
It is. Like I just, because it's limited, so once it's done, it's done. But then I mostly wear it on special occasions and also for filming. So it's still gonna last for a while. But I just wonder, even if I were to go and buy a new one, like I don't even know what to choose. I'm so not good at choosing these type of things. But yeah, anyway, that's side story. Dimdul, has anyone bought bags or SLGs from Loewe? Spirited Away launch yesterday. How to refrain from buying.
Yeah. I've been seeing quite a few unboxings of this Spirited Away. I watched Jessie Style. She's a Australian YouTuber. She bought was it this morning? I had half asleep watching people's video. I think she bought the puzzle bag, and it's really cute. Like if you're a fan of the Spirited Away cartoon, yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's a little bit like me and my Doraemon. It's like, oh, if you really love the characters and it speaks to you, you know what, just get it. I think it comes to a point where there was this comment on one of our luxury live shows, or maybe just a video of mine, where one subscriber commented. She said that, if she looked back to, if you look back, right, because she's much older, and she said, if I look back, I should have bought those bags that really make my heart sing. And today she's like, I regret it because you can't get it anymore. So it's that fine balance of saying, does it really make me happy that I can see myself buying, and will I regret not getting it in the future? They're not like the classic pieces. They're the fun pieces that really speak to you. So if you get anything from the Spirited Away and it really speaks to you, go get it. Go get it.
Yeah. Again, it doesn't speak to me, because I Loewe, like Spirited Away is not a cartoon that I watch, although I know which one it is. So and also on top of that, I'm not so persuaded by the collabs that have cartoons on them. I think on a t-shirt is different, because that's sort of I don't know why I always make that distinction. Like on clothes, it's okay, but on a bag, I don't want it. Like, I don't know why I make that distinction, but
could it be the price?
Yeah, there's for sure the price. And I think even on clothes, if it was luxury, I definitely would not make that exception. I think. I say that, but I don't know. It's never happened. Oh, you know what? I doubt that I will ever buy a cartoon collaboration on luxury clothes anyway. I doubt it. Never say never, but I just doubt it, right? So on clothes, if it's like a Uniqlo collab, then yeah, it's okay. It's a very reasonable price. But even then, going back to my first goal is that quality over quantity, right? Like I think those exceptions, while they're okay to make because they don't cost as much, not nearly as much, I still don't want to do too many times, because I'll run out of space. And space is valuable too. Like space, I just feel like there's already enough clutter as it is. I just don't want to add to it. In fact, I want to reduce that too. So it kind of works with many other goals too.
What was the other collaboration that they did, Loewe, just before Spirited Away?
Wasn't it?
It was similar kind of cut. It was also a Ghibli. It was also this Japanese. Kind of looks a
It's
little bit like
Totoro, no?
Oh, Totoro.
Yeah.
Yes, Totoro. That's right. It's cute. Like I think that collection did so well. Like so well. Yeah.
Yes. Diana, many people have gone to Europe to do live selling of bags. I did not know that. Did anyone end up buying many items through this channel? Be careful, so easy to spend too much. I'm not aware of this. Are you? Not even sure what that is about.
I was on mute. I'm live selling of bags. What is this?
Yeah. I'm not aware at all.
Is it like Facebook live selling? Many people gone to Europe to do live selling of bags. Did anyone buy many items through this channel? Be careful, easy to spend too much. You know, I've seen a lot of this Facebook like selling. I've watched it for like, you know, people who buy like groceries or, you know, little trinkets. But apparently it's so popular that you can buy anything on this Facebook Live. People have sold houses on it, cars, and I think it feeds off a little bit of FOMO, getting a good deal. It kind of that psyche because it's a bit like, you know, you gotta quickly get it and get that promotion, and it does so well. So I'm not surprised that they may have similar things for handbags, like, you know, FOMO for this bag. It's cheaper here, get it now. And then they have this moderator at the site managing the sales as well. I have never bought it, but I can imagine handbags being sold there because I've heard of
Right.
cars and houses.
So I'm not aware of Europe, but I heard because I follow us and I watch one of the YouTubers who's in Hong Kong, and she mentioned about a live selling, I think it was a Japanese consignment store, or no, actually it was Taiwanese consignment store that does live selling of luxury bags. So mostly, I think mostly Chanel, because she bought a few. She was showing off, not showing off, showing her collection of things that she bought over the live selling, and it was a few pieces of ready to wear, a few bags, and that's the only thing I'm aware of. I wonder if that's what you mean, like that type of thing. And I don't even know which platform they use.
Facebook.
Well, yeah, but I think the one they used is different, and I don't really know which one it is. I forgot. It might have had another name, or I just didn't pay attention because I don't know. I don't pay attention when it's not doesn't pertain to me. Like I pay, but I don't pay attention. You know what I mean? So I've only heard of that. But I guess it's getting really popular, I guess, because if she mentioned it and then she made a whole video dedicating the stuff that she bought off of that live selling, then I can only imagine how prominent this market is, which I'm not. I don't know. Am I interested? I feel like that will be leading to a lot of impulse purchases for sure, like he said.
Try to stay away from it. It's like a little bit like me trying to stay away, like social media. I mean, it's diverting a bit, but like social media, like YouTube takes up a huge part of my life. And then we got a bit of Instagram, and I will not touch TikTok. I played with it as,
Right.
oh, this is dangerous territory. And this is the same thing because you like shopping. You're just finding another avenue to buy things. And apparently this is very addictive. Facebook live Facebook live selling, because it's live.
It's like auctions too,
Yeah,
right?
it's like
Whoever pays
auctions,
the
right?
most.
And you get it now with all the discounts, and it's such a
Yeah.
great deal. And they literally, I've watched one where they did like seafood, and you really get caught up in the moment because it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know, 5 kilos of prawns, and they will throw in. They'll be like, they're looking at their timer, like, "Tick, tick, tick, tick. Okay, we'll throw in 1 more kilo if you buy now." And people are like,
Oh gosh.
it's crazy. So I can just imagine if I'm the person selling, you just throw in all these little extra freebies and goodies, and you make it for the next 2 people. Grab this now, throw in a free aircon for a house, right? And they buy it, and it feeds off that FOMO-ness. So I will not touch this. I heard about it, but it's so risky for especially people who love shopping already. And now if you're adding luxury handbag shopping,
Yeah, for sure.
dangerous.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay ignorant about that.
Don't go there.
For now anyway, because I honestly don't need another distraction. Not like that. So easy to very slippery slope.
Nope.
Eileen, I want a cocoa handle. Any recommendation on size? So I think I'm biased for the size that I have, which is the new small size, because it used to be called a mini, but it's now the small. But I have to say, the current mini, the really small one, the one that you can wear crossbody, is so darn cute. I'm not getting one, but I just feel like it is very cute. And I think the fact that I'm using a micro bag now changed my mind on that one, because for the better part of when that new mini cocoa handle came out, I was not against it, but I just didn't think it was worth it for me to get it. It still isn't. Like I don't think I'll buy it, but I do think it's so darn cute though. And with the cocoa handle, there's something about the boxiness of it. It's not even that big, right? It's not a big bag. Kat, you've tried it.
Yeah.
It's not that big, but it's just the fact that it has those 4 corners sticking out and its structure. So the fact that the mini size of the size that I have is a shoulder bag, it can't help but fall off your shoulder because of that thing. It's kind of like a bulky thing, but it's not flat. It doesn't stay against your body that well, so it falls off. So I almost feel like, is that the best? I don't want to say design, but is that the best combination, right? To have that strap with that thin leather piece, which is supposed to be comfortable, but it falls off because the bag is sort of a little
bulky.
Yeah, it's bulky, and it kind of just like it wants to leave your body a little bit. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah, it is, and it is kind of like a puffier bag, right? Because it's got that bulk because it is a bit puffier. Yeah, and structured.
It doesn't give, right? It is what it is. It's that shape, which is nice. It stays that shape forever, but it also is not really a good shoulder bag, but it's supposed to be a shoulder bag. So you can't help but just hold it by the handle most of the time if you don't want to keep, like fixing your shoulder bag, right? Your shoulder strap. So I almost feel like the mini is a better design with the combination of the crossbody, and it's really cute. Again, I can't decide for you, but I feel like you have to try both on to see which one you like. Yeah.
I think the small that you have is a really good size.
It is.
It goes with the look of the bag because it's kind of like a cute little elegant bag. At most, I would go one size up from what you have, but I won't go too big because it is very bulky. I think maybe the old medium, which is probably now the large, that's really big.
Yeah.
It's like a briefcase.
Yeah. And it's not really bags that you would want to put your laptop in. It's too big, doesn't really serve a purpose anyway. It's not that lightweight when you go that size anyway. So I would stick it to the more smaller size. But I was just trying to convey the fact that I think the new mini makes sense because of how the bag is and how it works. Because if you went the new small old
Mm.
mini, the bag is not really a shoulder bag because it tends to fall off unless you wear it in the summer, which is what I do now. I just wear it in the summer. For the love of bags, I think if you truly buy items you love at Hermes, it does not feel like you're just buying for pre-spend. Exactly. I truly just love the brand. Probably at least 1 or 2 items. I probably wear at least 1 to 2 items from Hermes daily.
Very
Wonderful.
good.
I think
Yeah.
that's exactly how I want to achieve the pre-spending journey at Hermes, because it's inevitable that you have to do that. So why not just do it as naturally as possible? And you put it exactly how I want it to be. Yeah. Okay, I
I'm
might
gonna
have to
look
look this up. Goya Vendôme Mini or the LV Alma BB. I baby my bolide. Wait, I bade my bolide goodbye last year. Access was a
Oh.
pain and looking for a low-key bag replacement. Ah, okay, let's look up because I don't know how the Goya Vendôme looks like.
Okay.
Okay,
I
but
have
it basically looks like the Alma bag, but in the Goya print. Okay, very nice. Let me see if I can share a screen of one of them.
Yeah. So in my video that I'm going to edit later today, I have a Elma BB, which I'm going to talk about. I'm a fan of the Elma BB. I'm a big fan of it. But this Goya is it's nice. Huh.
Mm. It's
wonder-
so it's we're all talking about the same shape basically, just this top handle, the 2 Toron handles with zip closure on top, and the shape is very iconic and feminine. Yeah, it is really nice. Let's see how it looks on the body. So
Oh
this is how it looks on the
no.
body.
They have a green. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, there's a green. Oh
That's a
yeah,
nice.
there's a green.
Oh, that's pretty.
Like this one, but this is the larger size. So you want the mini, which is not that mini actually.
It's small. How small is the mini? Oh, that's cute, huh? It's adding to my impulse
So the mini
purchases.
is this size. Oh, it
Maybe
didn't go.
we will ask the audience to vote. Goya Vendor Mini, Elma BB.
Yeah. Sorry, just gonna share. The mini is like this. So that, and it's a good size. So 9-inch base by 7 height, 4 width. And this is how it looks like.
9 inches.
Looks like the strap is adjustable. And has 4 feet.
It's good.
Yeah, it actually looks really good. So the Alma, okay, back to so the Alma though, which print are you going for the Alma though?
Oh, that's a good point. Are you going for
Because
a
the Goya
monogram?
Vendôme, at least the one that we looked at is like monogram. So I'm assuming you want the monogram Alma too. So having seen the Goya, I actually quite like it. Okay, I think for me, if you went with Alma BB, I wouldn't go with the monogram. I don't know why. I don't like the monogram as much. There's something about the structure that is not as good as the Ippy leather one. And I somehow find the Ippy, so the plain leather one, more I find it more timeless and more wearable. With monogram, it's casual, but it feels less wearable. Like I feel like I feel like it would be something that you would grab and that you would think of wearing it, you would grab it, and then you style it, and then you're like, oh, you change your mind and switch to another. Like I would do that. Like I feel like I would do that because it's in a monogram. Whereas if it was plain leather, I would wear it more often, which I had one before, right, in plain leather, and I felt like it was very versatile. It went with a lot of things. What do you think?
The word is low key bag replacement.
Yeah, that too.
So between the two, if you're going for a plain Elma, so plain means epi, I think more low key would be the Elma, just because it doesn't shout so much low, like doesn't have a pattern. It's actually just a plain single colored bag. The Goyard is nice in the sense that the pattern is really nice. It's not so common. This is my first time looking at it. But because it's got the pattern, it definitely stands out a little bit more, right? So if just for low key, like I think the bolide is very low key. It's just very one colored. Between that, I would go with the Elma BB, but epi.
Mm-hmm. I would do that too. That's my opinion as well. I feel like putting that comment out because I feel like it's so relevant. Okay, your name is very hard to pronounce, so I won't try it. In my country, if you want to buy a Birkin or Kelly 25, you need to spend 2.5 times quota. So I ended up buying reseller, and I totally agree.
Do that.
I feel like spending 2 to 1 is still it's a lot, but it's actually is within the norms here in Canada or
Wow.
in Vancouver specifically. It's actually the norm here. Norm as in like what I've heard anyway, and what everybody says is between 1.5 to 2. So that's still normal, but anywhere more than that, and if you don't care about the store experience, yeah, go reseller. It's fine.
Yeah.
But you just
Not
have
at
to do your
2.5.
homework though.
2.5, no way. Like
Yeah.
no way. Resellers in Singapore, it's double.
Mm.
Unless it's a very specific special color neutral gold hardware, then maybe a little bit more than double, but it's definitely not 2.5. Like buy from reseller, it's not worth it. Not worth it at all.
Yeah. And plus the wait time too, right? Um, I'm assuming that the wait time is quite long from where you are because I feel like people here end up spending a higher quota because you have no choice but to wait that time period anyway. So you naturally end up spending more because you buy more things over time. So yeah, if that's the case, just go reseller so much faster. But do your due diligence always and check for authenticity and stuff. Go with reputable places to check that. Sandra, with another price increase about to happen, I am really wanting to add a small classic flap in caviar light gold hardware. Do you think it's still worth the current price of 8,200? That is
This is
million
painful.
dollar question.
Let me drink water, which is one of my goals for 2021. 2022. 3 liters of water a day. Whoever's not drinking water.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, let's cheers to that actually. Wow. Sandra, maybe you can tell us whether you already have. Actually, it doesn't matter because small classic flap in white, that's just the ultimate. My God, like it's just like if you have the small classic flap in black, the white is just equally as like holy grail because it's the color, it's like the dreamiest color, right? So I get where you're coming from. I would think, kind of repeating myself from when I bought mine, I would think that if this is absolutely the one that you want, because it's in white, it's in caviar, and it's a small size, and it's like the holy grail bag, just bite that bullet once and buy it. Because it's not like you're adding like why 5 of them in 5 different colors, right? You want the white one, you want the one. So I would buy it.
Same.
As much as it pains me money wise, but think about whether you don't buy it now, so you give up. Think about just imagine giving it up, but the price will keep going up, right? You know that, and we all know that. So think about whether if you gave up now and you see it 2 years down the road, it's still there, but it's at whatever price, X price now, 1.5 times, maybe 2 times, maybe. Are you going to regret it, right? So I would just bite the bullet now and buy it now, because
Yeah.
it's always going to be too late.
Yeah.
How do you see it? How do
You
you look
said
at
it
it?
exactly. I think it's
Mhm.
about not so much of looking at, is it still worth it? It's absolutely not worth it. Okay. That's the baseline point. Nothing luxury is worth it. But if you want it, then and you can afford it, then get it. Uh if you ask, like what Amy said, if you ask yourself to, if you don't have it, are you going to be okay with it? I'm sure all of us are going to be okay with not having all these dang bags sitting around us. But if you really want it, then the heart wants what it wants. So if you, yeah,
Yeah. I think you just
I
have to bite that bullet and buy it. I'll
yeah,
give
because
another example.
this is something I'm going to add. Just that it's no point going. You can't go backwards. We can't go back in time to get it at that price in 6,000, 4,000. You can't. It just keeps going up. Even your vegetables have inflation. Okay,
Oh
so
god,
you can't be
yes.
buying vegetables at 50 cents anymore, right? It's $3 or something. Are you not gonna buy it? You're not gonna eat it? Okay, can. I
Yeah.
know it's not a comparison, but really, it's a fact of you just got to make a choice now. And if you don't, then be happy with that choice.
Mhm. And I wanted to add, actually, now that you brought up vegetables, it's just so true, and I feel it more so this year than ever. Like last year and this year, everything inflation-wise has gone up, skyrocketed. Not, I'm not crazy. Like it's just like gas is almost like 1.8 apparently. Like $1.80. It's like $1.70 right now, but it's gonna be going up to $1.80 per liter. That's insane. That's almost double what it was just a few years ago.
Mhm.
And then yeah, like the takeouts. I feel
Oh
like
yeah.
every time we get takeout, the price has gone up. It's just crazy. Like the restaurants, they have to I guess they have to make ends meet, and plus everything like vegetables, meat, everything has gone up in price. Milk, apparently, cheese is like in shortage or whatever. So crazy, crazy, crazy. But to add to this, and it's not going to be the same thing, but I found out recently, and it was just out of curiosity because um so where my brother lives, that area, he they bought their place in that area, and it's sort of like a little further from where we live, which is, I feel like I'm always like driving across country just to go to where they live, but we got used to it. But anyway, just like a few years ago before they got married, they bought that place. And recently one of my husband's friend bought a place in that same area, same, like it's in the same development complex. And I was shocked because I was just curious. I asked my husband to, like, I was like, "Oh, how much did they buy it for?" Because they bought it recently, like just last year, whereas my brother and his wife bought it 5, 6 years ago. It was double.
What?
They spent, the friend last year spent $1.2 million to buy
Wow.
that place. I I I was like jaw drop. Like, are you kidding me? Like double.
Sounds like Singapore. Where everything is just like,
But it was just 5, like, okay, maybe not 5 exactly, but I think, because 'cause I'm pretty sure they bought it, like, before they got married, which was, I honestly wanna say it's like okay, maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago. It's not like it was 20 years ago, it's like 6, 7 years ago, but the price doubled. I'm like, I literally could not believe it.
so like Chanel
Crazy,
is a
and it's
thing,
so
right?
far away.
The Chanel bag's the same. Double. It has double in the
It
past
has
5-6 years. Can you go back in time and pay
no.
that price? No. No.
Exactly. So
So
I know we're talking apples and oranges, but I feel like Chanel is gonna it basically is that is the trend with Chanel. It literally feels like every few years the price is doubling.
yeah.
Maybe not exactly doubling, but it feels like it is. So if you don't buy it now, it's always too late.
Yeah.
It's always too late. It's
I'm
already
giving
late, so buy it now.
we're giving you a bit of FOMO,
Yeah.
but it also means you gotta think and choose well. So
Yes.
if this is your choose well and you want it, then do it. It's not like last time where we can quote unquote frivolously buy and say, okay, maybe a couple of years I can sell it. It's no longer that anymore. It's actually you gotta basically, and which is the right thing to do, right? Put more thought into the purchase before you put your hard-earned money into it.
Mm-hmm. And just to add to what I was saying earlier, even though the friend bought it at double the price that my brother and his wife did, it's still worth it because wait another 5 years. Oh my God, $2 million.
It's possible. It will be.
It will
It will
be. At this rate, everything going, I honestly feel it so much this past year. Everything that we buy just for living, for like
be.
things that are necessary, not luxury. We're not looking at luxury. We're looking at food, we're looking at gas, we're looking at utilities.
Yeah.
Everything is just feels exponential in price. It's so expensive. So imagine luxury. They can easily double in a few years.
Easily. I won't be surprised if
Yeah.
now, okay, what's the price now? In Singapore, the classic flap is small size is under 12. I think
Uh-huh.
it's like, or maybe it's under 11,000. I swear I won't be surprised in 2024 it will be 14,000.
Oh, easily, I'm sure.
Easily.
Oh
And
yeah.
then in what 6 years, it's gonna be close to the 18, and that's smaller. We haven't even talked about the medium large or even the. I'm not gonna. I think
Exactly.
I'll pay the lowest lower one and just figure out how to save back that money.
Yeah, exactly. So like, you know, it is what it is, or it is what it is already. So just get it or just decide not to get it and don't regret that decision.
Yeah.
Dana, would you recommend the Lady Dior Mini? Is it worth the price? How much is it now? I don't even remember how much, because I bought mine 2 years ago already. Is that
The
crazy? It's
mini that
already
you
because it's
have.
2020
Oh,
already. Lady Dior, how much is it now?
I
I will
remember
say for
seeing
the
about
mini Lady
5.
Dior. Sorry, you were saying?
Oh no, I remember it being under 5,000 Singapore dollars. I don't know what is it now.
Okay.
Is it worth the price? Yeah.
I am just checking quickly. Canadian site. It looks like, why is it loading so slow? Stop sharing. Okay, it looks like it went up by almost $1,000. So $900 it went up from when I bought mine. That was just, is it full 2 years ago? Because I bought mine. Did I buy mine in 2020? I think so.
I think so. Yeah, just before the crazy price increases.
Yeah, so maybe it's just a year and a half ago.
Mm.
So, ooh, already almost
How much is
$1,000
it?
increase plus tax. Huh?
How much is it? Sorry, I didn't catch you.
Well, it went up by a whopping $900. So you add tax to that, it's pretty much $1,000 increase, right?
Wow. 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 Wow.
And
Wow.
that was
Wow.
just a year and a half ago. So is it worth it? Okay. Increase aside, I will say that the Lady Dior is not, don't buy it because you think that it's going to be a bag that you're going to use all the time. It's not an everyday bag, and it's not easy to get in and out. So I'm telling you all the cons already. Now, what is the pro? The pro is that, yeah, it's a classic. It's a timeless piece from Dior. It's a great evening bag because it really is I think of all the bags that I own, that is the only style that looks really evening, and it's great for that. And if you love it, you just love it, right? So is it worth it? I think it's worth it if you're okay with that. I just feel like in terms of really getting in and out of it, if you do it frequently, if you want to use it more as an everyday bag, it's really not it. It's not it.
Mm.
And price-wise, it's okay. It did go up in price, but it's now or never as well. Yeah.
It didn't go up as crazy as like Chanel. I think
True.
Chanel is one of those that it's it's like I'm just trying to chase a rocket, which I think, you know, price me out, man. I really, if they keep going up like that, yeah, I'll just stick with the micro bags with Chanel.
Yeah.
Basically
Yeah.
be
Yeah. Yeah.
content with
True.
what I have.
True.
But with the Dior, yeah, it's a little bit like Chanel, right? Because we're now shrinking the size of the bag, so you're going with the mini because they're still quote unquote affordable. But if you like it, still okay lah. Can
Yeah. If
follow.
you like it, get it. I will just say that again, that it's not easy to get in and out of that bag.
Mm.
Whereas even with the Chanel micro bags, it's really easy to get in and out of that one, which is what we love about it. So it kind of justifies the price as well. So just bear that in mind, right? It's so pretty though. It's just not the easiest to. It's okay to get in and out of the bag, occasionally. It's not gonna.
Mm.
It's not gonna be such a nuisance. It's only if you have to do it so often, and if you try to put your phone in and out of that bag often, no, there's just no way.
It is really pretty.
Yeah, you either leave your phone in there and don't reach for it, or you hold your phone. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. MK. Although I am trying to embrace luxury minimalism this year, I may give the Loewe Chihiro a try. As it's my
Oh,
favorite. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce these words. Ghibli?
Ghibli, I think.
All the time. I watched it 10 times when I lived in Japan. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like if you associate with the because for me and cartoons, I don't really have such a strong connection and bond with them.
Mm.
The strongest one that I can associate with, and it's not even that strong. I mean, I like it a lot. Doraemon is one of them. What else? Oh my god, do I even know? Well, there's a few. There's Lofuzi. I really like that, but it's more. Yeah, but it's more just like reading, right? It's not even reading. It's just all pictures. Oh, there's a few, but it's not like I have to buy them. Like I just don't feel that urge. Whereas some people associate, that with their childhood memory a lot, or whatever memory for you it was in the case when you lived there. So yeah, totally. Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, it is live streaming on Facebook. Many selling in the US too. Oh, it is a thing now.
Yeah. I've only seen it for like groceries, and I've heard about it about cars and houses, but that's why I'm not surprised if handbags come in. But I think I would be kind of concerned if it's fake or real.
The grocery, right?
Yeah. No, I mean
you mean
groceries.
the bag?
The bags. I mean groceries. I'm like, okay, like you can go and try it out. Extra kilo of prawns.
No, but I almost feel like, okay, how you were saying that you were watching groceries for
Seafood.
Like how do you even guarantee freshness by the time you get it?
Okay, so a lot of them do frozen seafood.
Oh, so it's
maybe,
frozen.
yeah, some of it. I mean, some of them are live, like in the market, the morning market. They sell, right? The auntie does fish, and it's really fresh. But some of them do frozen seafood. Like say for in Singapore and Malaysia, maybe we can't buy 5 kilos of scallops for this price, right? So these are usually frozen from Japan or somewhere. So or lobster or something. So those, in that sense, they sell really well. I saw some in Facebook. the dude is really good at selling. He is really good at instigating and pulling out your FOMO, because you just feel like at the moment you're gonna lose that kilo of bra. You're like, I want it.
I wonder if that's gonna appeal to like people like my mom who like her pleasure is food.
Yeah.
Not in luxury, not in the next like no handbag. She doesn't have any handbags. Like nothing like that. It's in food. It's like in the delicacies. So like, you know, bao
Yes.
yu and like
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
fresh seafood. That would be stuff that she'd be like going crazy about it. So I wonder if it will appeal to someone like her.
I think
But
it
to me, it
will, because
doesn't. I'm like, I can just buy fresh seafood when I go to the supermarket. Like, why would I
because
auction
in
this?
there, because they know the prices, right? Say you buy,
Mm,
I don't know, usually in the market, let's say example, right? I don't know, because I don't buy kind of like this kind of food. But let's say you were to buy a kilo of crabs, maybe it'll cost you 100 ringgit or 100 sing. But on this platform, you buy the same thing for 80, and they'll throw in a packet of prawns. So you're like, good deal, good deal.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's really, I can see why there's that excitement, because it kind of like almost everyday items that you will spend your money on, and now you're getting a deal on it.
Mhm.
But I think with handbags, I'm not sure how the deal works and how they really grab that, uh feeling of missing out. But I'm
Yeah.
sure they do, because I just see a comment from Eileen, a screenshot, a croc loewe
Yeah, 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 yeah.
puzzle.
I see it too. I see it too.
Somebody bought it.
Yeah. There's a market for everyone, right? So, getting back to Sandra's question, what's your opinion on the Bulgari bags? I've discovered it watching Romina's videos and reminded me of Gucci diagnosis. So I want to ask you back, what what are your values when you look at a Bulgari bag or a Gucci bag? Like what do you think makes it worth it, I guess? Because are you asking from the point of view of resale, or is it a classic piece, timeless piece? Like what are you looking for? So I mean, from the point of view of aesthetic, I actually like their bags. It's quite nice to look at. I've never really used one and I've never really tried to fit my things in it. So I don't know how user friendly it is, but I do agree that they are very nice and they are very evening-ish to me. Like the vibe is very evening-ish. Um so that's my opinion. I don't know if I'll necessarily buy one because I don't I guess my value is that I don't see the value in getting it to add to my collection. Like I don't see the need to add that.
Mm.
Um I think price-wise they're not super crazy either, right? I think they're pretty
Crazy
affordable.
read. Okay lah. I mean, now they're more expensive.
Yeah.
I almost bought a Bulgari bag about 3 or 4 years ago. It was these. I think they're called the Serpenti bags.
Yeah.
The one, yeah, the one that is. I need to plug in my computer. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking
So
at it now.
yeah, it was the Serpenti bag, and I actually tried it several times, and I almost bought the green one, and it was like 3 or 4 years ago. I probably did a video on it as well. Almost bought it. And what stops me was a couple of things. And one, you said it already. It's very dressy. So whether it didn't really suit my lifestyle, though I loved it. I wasn't thinking so much of the resale value. I was more of, I really like the aesthetic of the bag. The
Mhm.
color, the lock, which had the
Mhm.
enamel, and they actually use malachite for the, I think, for the eyes, if I'm not mistaken. And actually is
Mhm.
very, very well made.
It
So
is.
it is very well made.
Yeah.
The chain is beautiful.
Yeah.
So, but that stops me. It's a very dressy bag. I
Mhm.
didn't have a lifestyle for it, so I decided, okay, I didn't get it. But the other thing that also stopped me is because it's so well made, it's actually quite heavy.
Right, it looks very, yeah, it
It,
has those structure and like
mm,
materials that are hefty.
yeah. So it's got a bit of the weight to the bag, and because the chain is, it looks like the snake body, right?
Mhm.
The scales. It's quite thin. It's a rolled chain. It's quite thin. It didn't feel so comfortable on the shoulders. So aesthetically, love the
Yeah.
class, love the look, love the color, love everything. But from wearing it and trying it multiple times in store, I think that kind of stopped me. That,
Mhm.
of course, I think Bulgari has several bags since then. The one that I looked wasn't this size. It was actually the medium, so a little bit more,
Mhm.
not the mini, the medium size, sort of a little bit like the classic flat but medium.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking so much of the resale. I actually really liked the look of the bag, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
functionally and
I
in terms
think
of
you
the
put
style,
it
no.
right. I think you said it spot on when you said that it's um the chain is not comfortable. I think a lot of us when we think about whether we should buy a handbag, we're always trying to justify, oh, but I can wear it crossbody, I can wear it like all the everyday, blah, blah, blah. But you have to think about whether that bag is even made for everyday wear. Because
Mm.
if it's not comfortable, you don't, you're gonna try it once and then you're gonna hate it and you're never gonna wear it every day anyway. So it really is a dressy bag because of how it's constructed. Like it's beautiful because they use all those details and the chain and everything, but um, if you have room for an evening ish more dressy bag, then yeah, it's worth it. But otherwise, not so much. Yeah. The price is really good though, actually. The price is great. I think that's what I remember, that the price was
It wasn't
really
very
reasonable.
expensive. It was, when I saw it, was maybe under four. It was like 3 or 4. And then because the price was so good, and then when I looked at the bag, I was like, oh my gosh, you're getting so much bang for your money, right? It's great. It's great quality. It's leather line. I think it was leather line. Yeah, leather line. Outside is stitched like to perfection. The clasp is beautiful. The chain is beautiful. Everything was just like so good, and the price is so good. But when I actually started to wear it and use it, I was like, I'm not sure anymore. So I think that's very important. You have to really try it out. The bags are beautiful, like no doubt, no doubt.
Hmm. So this is part of the same question. Speedy 20 or Keep All XS or the new Nano Speedy with the detachable strap. So three
Oh,
versions, right? The newest one and these two. So I will say maybe Keep All XS is too masculine,
yeah.
unless that's what you're going for. But the Keep All XS, it is wider, so I feel like it's so much easier to put your phone in than the new Nano. With the new Nano that is out in denim, or there's going to be the monogram version at the end of the month with detachable strap. But what I realized with the new Nano is that, like, one day I just went on the website to compare their dimensions, and I realized that the new Nano is smaller than the current Nano that is non-detachable. It
Yeah.
actually is smaller. I mean, they're very similar. It's just that it's I think the width is exactly the same, but the it's not as tall. So it in essence, it's actually sort of more, it looks longer, but it's really the same size. So it's actually
Mm.
smaller. Which actually makes putting a phone in is okay because you just angle it. But I think the catch here, which I mentioned before a long time ago, the catch here is if you plan on reaching in for your phone a lot, like putting it back, reaching it up.
Mm.
Like that motion, if you do it often, you're gonna be annoyed. Because I will. I know I will. So the XS has that advantage because it's longer. The Speedy 20, no problem, because it's the biggest one of the three. I think the Speedy 20, plus the fact that the zipper goes all the way down. But I don't like the strap on that one. So I don't know. Which one would you choose?
I actually, the video that I was talking about, I also talked about the Speedy
Okay.
Nano, but I like the Speedy Nano because it has the detachable strap, but I take your point about it being shorter because why did LV make a change to a bag that is already good? Like it's already micro enough, but not too micro, and now you have micronized it. I don't even, but so I'm not gonna talk about that. It's something that I'm still like boggled by. But between the Speedy 20 Black and the Keepa XS, wow, they're kind of different. And I really agree with you. Before you said it, I was like, yes. The Speedy 20 Black, it has the larger monogram, right? I don't know why they did it with a half chain and a half leather. It
I
looks
know.
so weird. It's like, no, just make it full leather. It's so nice.
Yeah.
I was a bit kind of like weirded by the half chain, and it's not even like it's not even it's not even half
It's
chain. It's
actually
like
a lot of leather and a little bit of chain, which is
yeah,
like
sorry,
the
it's not even
weirdest
half chain.
combo.
It's like this,
Yeah.
and then the rest is leather. It's like, I don't know. It didn't look. It did. Yeah, I didn't go. I think I wouldn't pick the Speedy 20 Black. If I had to pick a Speedy 20, because of the chain, I would rather go with the new one, which is the Jacqua chain. That the one that's the sporty chain. Sporty not chain,
Uh-huh.
sporty strap. Because I would, if I had to choose between the sporty strap and this half, not even half, like a dangling, dangling gold chain at the side, I go with the sporty strap.
Yeah, I just with all of these new releases, and I agree with Kat that of all three, I'm more attracted to the newest Nano because at the end of the day,
Mm,
aside from the size, which is, they didn't improve the size, everything else is okay. Everything
yeah.
else feels like it's supposed to be that way. Whereas all the other ones are just missing the mark a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah, that chain and leather
So
combo,
weird.
I'm not a
A little
fan.
bit.
Yeah, not a fan. The
And the
Keepo
let's
XS,
manly.
yeah, the Keepa XS is just a little masculine because I feel like the proportions and the strap is a bit thicker, so it's more. It's nice. I actually like it, but it's just more masculine. So I don't know what to do. Which
Yeah, if I had to pick, I would still pick with the Speedy Nano.
mm,
If it had, these are the three choices that's put in front of me, I would go with the Speedy Nano and just figure out just figure out the missing height.
yeah, right. And the fact that they didn't really, because I wish that they just made it. Because according to the website dimensions, they're exactly the same width. So your zipper is still just limited to the top
Mm.
with the where the zipper stops. So it's really just limited to a portion of the width of your bag. And I just wish, and I think that they had the opportunity to improve it, and I just wish that they did it because it would have been perfect. And I almost wonder, is it on purpose that they always miss the mark a little bit, so you end up buying all of them, right? It's like
Mm.
a little bit of improvement on this one, or not even improvement. They just made the Speedy 20 a bit smaller than the 20, goes all the way to the side, but then they give you that that strap, which I don't like. Like, why? And then so you end up buying it because you like it more than the 25, for example. But some people would have gotten the Keep All XS before that. So you might
Mm.
have that version already, and then you buy the new 20. And then now they're coming out with the new Nano, and you think that that's the most perfect one. But to me, it's still missing the mark a little bit. And I hate that about it because I'm not gonna lie, I like the Speedy 902 and I will try to get my hands on one, but I almost wonder from me if it's a bad decision because I already can envision
Mm.
the fact that I will hate getting in and out of it, even though I know it fits a phone. It's just that the motion of, oh, it's just, you have to angle it, fiddle with all the things that are inside, and
I guess
I
it's
don't
a
know.
little bit like, my Bulgari. Like I like everything about it. The price is great, but then when you actually start to use it, you just have to take a step back and say pro and con. Sometimes all you need is one con to make the to make you not use it anymore. You just need
Yeah.
that one. It's not absolutely perfect for you. You just need one con. Even before you buy it, then you're like, you're gonna gloss over that con, and then eventually you like, I shouldn't have gotten it because of that initial thought. That's the hard question to ask ourselves.
Let us know which one you guys will pick if you had the choice, or are you not buying any of those? Do you think it's, you know, just another nano bag and it's a waste of money? Like, how far are we gonna go with this nano trend? Which I'm not hating on, but I'm just saying I feel like that nano speedy, because it can physically fit a phone, that they should have just made it easier to get in and out of it. Like, make that bag even just 1 centimeter wider. Why not? Why not? You had the opportunity to do so. Anyway, so that concludes our 2-hour mark for our very first episode of 2022.
Yay.
Thank you so much all for joining us. So according to our schedule, next week it'll be on Kat's channel and it'll be the members only. But yeah, just make sure you subscribe to both of us to stay in touch and to know when we post. And yeah, we'll go from there. Is there anything you want to add?
No, Happy New Year again for those that came in a little late. But yeah, Happy New Year. We're kicking it off 2022. Fingers crossed. And then hopefully maybe mid of the year, we will review our goals.
Yeah. So members, we'll see you next week. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.